There's Lee Bryce. It's 8:09, Cricket Country in the Morning with Scott and Angie. And on this Thursday, this April 4th, as promised, a special guest in the studio. Miss Morgan is here. Morgan Frazier joining us in the studio. How are you today?
I am awesome. How are you?
Good. I hear this is the last day of your radio tour in the industry.
Yes. I am feel so accomplished.
That's a lot of dates to get under your belt. It's nonstop travel for country singers when they're just right out of the gate like this. They go all over the country. They visit all these radio dorks and talk to go to their studios, and they make you do silly stuff, and you put up with all of it. And this is it. You're done, and now you get to go do lots more fun stuff.
Yeah,
right?
I know. Yeah, it's really cool. I've just enjoyed it a lot, and I tell everybody, I'm like, I think I'm finally getting used to the traveling now that it's all over.
Yeah, but your career is just. I mean, this is really the beginning. Although you have actually toured and played a lot of areas, including right here in our backyard at the Oregon Jamboree.
Yeah.
But touring and traveling, this is your life, really.
It really is. I mean, it's kind of a nonstop thing. You're constantly just, doing whatever you can to get your name out there kind of thing. So,
exactly.
Yep.
Well, you're doing it. I mean, we can tell. We've got your first song is actually going to be pushed kind of towards the end of the month, but we've snuck it in a couple times in the last few days already. It's called Yellow Brick Road, and we're going to get to that.
Okay.
But Morgan's actually brought in her guitar this morning, so she's also going to play some stuff for us.
That's right.
In the studio, which we love.
This early in the morning, I got this growl in my voice. So.
That's a cool thing to have. Sometimes it's impossible for people to wake up and sing.
I know. I think that's been the hardest thing for me is waking up and going and singing, because I'm singers are nighttime singers, right. Most of them. So at the first, I do have a deeper voice. I'm like, oh, Janis Joplin coming out here.
I don't know who it was, but years ago somebody said they were recording, getting ready to record something, and it was a certain part on a certain song, and so they waited until the weekend, got up, drove straight to the studio, and recorded it in one take.
Oh, that's hilarious.
So they could have that deep part. They can hit that lower part.
I believe it.
All right. Well, so you've been doing some fun things, and obviously, when you played 150 dates last year. When you don't have a single to support that, I know is it frustrating? I mean, because you've probably got songs that you're saying, yeah, let's just do it. Let's just put it out. Is that coming to your mind at all? Or do you kind of just say, I'm just going to do what I need to do?
Well, I feel like everything happens for a reason, and everything happens in its own time kind of thing. And, I feel I'm one of those, if it's meant to happen, it will. And, I just, it's kind of hard going out with, going out on these dates and just walking out there in front of Luke Bryan, opening for Luke Bryan, and people are like, who is this girl?
Right.
We've never heard of her before, and they've all got their arms crossed, okay, show me what you got kind of thing.
Yeah.
And fourth song in, usually it goes really well, but
you got him after that,
but I got him after 4 songs. So
oh, funny.
It's just it's a little intimidating, but I've had a lot of fun, and I just think like I said, everything happens in its own time, and
sure.
I've been doing this since a real young age, and I think I'm ready.
She's 19, by the way. 19, almost 20.
Almost 20.
Said been doing this for a really young age, so
that's
since
right.
you were 5.
Yeah,
right?
I made my first CD when I was 9 years old, and I was doing the rodeo queen thing at the time, where you had to go from house to house and sell a ticket to the rodeo, and
sure.
I took that and ran with it with my CD, and I ended up selling 30,000 copies from door to door, just knocking on people's doors and going, "Hi, I'm Morgan Frazier, and I'm 9 years old in the cowboy hat. How are you going to tell me no?"
There are artists signed to major label deals that have not sold 30,000 in a summer. So that's a huge accomplishment.
Well, thanks. Thank you.
Overflowing with talent. That's how I've heard her described from people that have looked you up online, and just in the last couple of days when we've started exposing people to what we knew about you. So we're going to get a little taste of this in just a minute. We'll come back more with Morgan Frazier in studio this morning. It's 8:14 at Cricket Country in the Morning. She's going to play for us live next.
Texas originally. So I guess I just kind of wanted to write a song about all the jerk cowboys I dated in Texas.
Nice.
Not saying they're all jerks, but, I've dated my few.
You have? Okay. Well, we definitely want to hear about that.
All right.
All right. Morgan Frazier in studio this morning.
When Mama said, baby, be careful, I didn't quite understand. So I fell right into his charm and his brown eyes, his smile, and the hat in his hand. When I said, now Mama, where did I go wrong? He said that he loved me too. She said, for all of the reasons he's gone, I promise not one of them's you. 'Cause just like it seemed like it came out of nowhere, he'll leave like a thief in the night. There's always somebody else in the dust of a trail, from his horse with a tear in her eye. And honey, I don't know why. Cowboys ride. They ride like the wind, they ride off in the sunset. They ride just to ride 'cause they can. There ain't no kind of fences or arms that can hold them. They don't know how to stay where they stand. 'Cause just like it seemed like it came out of nowhere, he'll leave like a thief in the night. There's always somebody else in the dust of a trail, from his horse with a tear in her eye. And honey, I don't know why. Oh, cowboys ride. 'Cause just like it seemed like it came out of nowhere, he'll leave like a thief in the night. There's always somebody else in the dust of a trail, from his horse with a tear in her eye. And honey, I don't know why. Cowboys ride. Well, I fell right into his charm and his brown eyes, his smile and the hat in his hand.
Wow. That was awesome. Nice work, Morgan.
Thank you.
I think you won everybody over with one song. Forget the 4 songs in. Fantastic. We'll let you catch your breath. We have more with Morgan Frazier in studio here on Cricket Country in the Morning next.
And we're with State Street Saw Shop.
We invite you to come on by and check out our great lines of
It's like I opened for Luke Bryan. It was 16,000 people, and I was like, I want to do this every day for the rest of my life.
What do you mean? Is it just the rush of the crowd? That feeling?
Yeah, it's the rush of the crowd and just the screams and just it's so like infectious. It's just you feel like you just want to stay up there forever. You never want to get off the stage, and that's cool that you see that at this point. You're seeing that that energy, and you're connecting with them, because a lot of you hear Chesney and everybody talk about stuff like that.
Yeah.
Where they're like I want to be on the road. I want to be doing these shows. So. Yeah, it's definitely a very fun part of what I do. So.
I think we're going to see you doing those shows for quite a while. I mean, you've got just literally overflowing with talent, and she's going to play again for us in a few minutes, and then we'll also play the single Yellow Brick Road that you're going to start hearing on the radio all the time.
Oh, I hope so. Cross my fingers.
Lincoln is with us in studio this morning, and our son Lincoln, he actually has some questions. He listened to Morgan's music yesterday. Ended up listening to it all day, so he's a huge fan. And he actually has some interview questions. Are you ready, little bud? You have your first question ready? Yeah.
Morgan, who taught you what's your favorite song?
My favorite song, I think probably Me and Bobby McGee. Or Folsom Prison Blues, because it's the first song that I ever learned on guitar. My grandpa taught me to play guitar, so.
That's cool.
Who taught you how to sing?
You know what? I learned my first song when I was probably about 5 or 6, about your age, and it was called Old Slewfoot.
Old Slewfoot.
Yes, and it's a very old song, but my great-grandpa taught me that song.
Do you still remember it?
I do.
Can you sing it?
Oh, my word. Let's see. She ain't never been caught, he ain't never been treed. Some folks say he looks a lot like me.
Okay.
I remember that part.
That's perfect. Well, we put you on the spot, totally. Do you have another question?
Do you like kids?
I love kids. I love kids. You know, I always love doing shows, and when kids like to come to my shows, it just makes me so happy, and I just want to get to know them and give them big hugs, and yes, I do. I love kids.
Do you like kids who ask a lot of questions?
I do.
She still likes you.
I do. I can barely see you.
What's your favorite color?
Green. Green is my favorite color. Just like the cricket, right?
Yeah. Next question.
When you find a dandelion, do you make a wish?
Yes. And have you heard Casey Musgraves has a new song called Dandelion, and she's singing about making wishes, but I love to wish. I actually have a ring on right now that says wish, believe, dream, and hope.
What do you wish for when you find one?
Just to always be happy, and just always be able to do what I love to do, which is sing and make music.
Well, good. I'm glad you didn't say world peace. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's everybody's answer to that
Really?
question.
Oh, my
world
word.
peace. You can't say that. All right, do you have one more? Do you have another one?
I heard that you recorded your first CD when you were 9. Were you trying to make all little kids who play video games and eat candy all day look bad?
Oh my gosh, no. I would never want to do that. That's the joys of being a kid.
Finding candy. That's like his job.
Really? Finding candy?
That's it. That's all he does. That's all he does as a kid. Every day, it's like, how can I find candy? Where can I find candy?
Oh, I
need
know.
to find more candy.
Hey, my little sister's just like that. I swear, every time she comes to my house, I buy so much candy just because I know that's all she eats.
All right, Lincoln, one more question, buddy.
You're really pretty.
Oh my gosh,
That's not
you're
a
so
question,
nice.
but good job. Oh, thanks, Lincoln.
Well, you're really cute.
Good job, buddy. Go get a hug from Morgan, and then she's going to
Yes.
play another song for us.
Thank you for the question.
His
I
first interview.
appreciate it.
Got to get him on the payroll now.
Oh,
We can
I'd
retire.
love to.
Did you just invite her to the house? I think he did. We'll talk about that later.
Smooth talker,
That's
man.
pretty funny. All right. Well, so are you going to do a song that's not on this little CD?
I
that have?
am.
Okay. What do you got?
This is a brand new song. As a kid growing up, when I went to public school, I got bullied really, really bad.
Really?
It was just really, really bad for me. My mom took me out of public school and put me in homeschool because of it.
Oh.
And, in the last year, I feel like I've seen it more and more.
Yeah.
On the news, on social media, that kind of thing. And I feel like, it takes a kid committing suicide for someone to go, wow, this was a big problem for this person, and this is a big problem for kids. And
it always has been. You
yeah.
think about how bullying was dealt with, and it always was dealt with violence somehow.
Exactly.
Somebody else needed to thump the bully. Well, it's just that's not the answer.
Right.
It needs to be dealt with in a totally different way. And I agree with you. It doesn't get enough attention. Even now, it's not enough because it needs constant attention in every little.
Yeah, it's a timeless thing. I mean, it's been happening for a long time, and I just it's something that I can relate to, and I really want to touch on this subject. And my goal is to travel to, when I'm on tour, I would love to go to high schools or middle schools, anyone that'll have me to do a free concert and just kind of raise the awareness about it, and just talk to any kid out there that's feeling the way I felt, and hopefully I can help them through whatever they're going through, and maybe the song can too. So
very cool.
That was my goal of writing this song, and it's called Hey Bully.
Nice.
You say I'm too fat, you say I'm too skinny, you say I'm not cool, you say I'm not pretty, then you spread it all around and post it online for the whole world to see. Why you wanna make me cry and laugh at me like that? Why does it make you feel good, making me feel so bad? Hey, bully, somebody hurt you, make you feel small, and you take it out on me, 'cause it makes you feel torn. I bet you're scared and alone. If you looked in my eyes, you'd see. Hey, bully, you're a lot like me. In the back of the bus, you're a big star, but you took a little joke a little too far. In the headline news says the kids aren't always playing so nice out in the schoolyard. Why you wanna make me cry? You don't even know who I am, and if you gave me half a chance, we just might have been friends. Hey, bully, and somebody hurt you, make you feel small, and you take it out on me, 'cause it makes you feel torn. I bet you're scared and alone. If you looked in my eyes, you'd see. Hey, bully, you're a lot like me. It would be so easy to hit back, and you use my pain to hurt you too. Oh, but if I do, nothing'll change. I won't be a link in your chain. Somebody hurt you, make you feel small, and you take it out on me, 'cause it makes you feel tall. I bet you're scared and alone. If you looked in my eyes, you'd see. Hey, bully, you're a lot like me. Ooh, you're a lot like me. You're a lot like me.
Morgan Frazier, Hey Bully. Live in studio, it's Cricket Country in the Morning. More with Morgan Frazier in just a minute on KRKT. It's the Spring Stampede. Join your friends for nonstop rough stuff. What we're hoping for. I mean,
Yeah.
with Reba and Blake, the last few years has been really good.
Right.
And there's this little chatter going on about Blake not having his rock to lean on, Reba to keep him in line. And now he's like, now they want me to be the rock?
Oh,
Come on.
no.
So I don't know. But I think it will be hilarious. Luke's a really good guy, as you all know, having toured with him a little bit. And so let's go through some of these award categories. And we've got them all lined out for you. Let's start down with like vocal event of the year. Sometimes they don't pay a lot of attention to this one, but there's some significant songs here that reached radio and did well, like The Only Way I Know with Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Eric Church. You got Let It Rain with David Nail and Sarah Buxton, two really talented singers. And a good song. Feel Like a Rock Star was big for a little while with Kenny Chesney, Tim McGraw. You had Easy with Rascal Flatts and Natasha Bedingfield. And then Don't Rush with Kelly Clarkson featuring Vince Gill. Do you have a pick on this one? Do you have a song? Do you have a favorite?
I do. I have a favorite. Easy is my favorite because I love to scream this song in the car as I'm going down the road.
That is a good one.
It's easy. I love it.
That's awesome. So, Song of the Year. This is always a tough one and probably close to your heart because being a songwriter, it's a pretty big deal. The Song of the Year goes to the songwriter.
Right.
So, there were A Woman Like You, performed by Lee Brice and written by him. Even If It Breaks Your Heart, the Eli Young Band. Over You, Miranda Lambert, was a huge deal. Springsteen, Eric Church there, and Wanted, Hunter Hayes. To me, that's a tough category.
It really is. And, I start to lean towards Lee Brice because I'm good friends with him.
Are you really?
And so, I lean towards him. But I love the Eli Young Band song because I can relate to it so much.
Okay.
Personally, I can relate to that song.
Are you going to go with your gut?
It's
are you going to go with who
hard.
you like? Or are you going to go with who you think might win? Or are you going to go with what was successful?
I think Song of the Year, I think Eric Church might win with Springsteen.
So you're going with Springsteen?
I'm going to go with Springsteen.
I'm going to go with your original pick, Lee Brice.
Really?
With A Woman Like
Okay,
You.
all
To
right.
me, that one stood out of the crowd.
It does, yeah.
As a song.
Absolutely.
Single of the year or single record of the year. That one you may look at more like, how many airplays did it get? How many downloads did it get? How much did it sell? Did it reach number one on the chart? You've got Even If It Breaks Your Heart, Eli Young. Over You, Miranda Lambert.
Ooh.
Pontoon, Little Big Town, Springsteen, Eric Church, and Wanted, Hunter Hayes. Again, tough
Yikes.
category.
Very tough.
What are you thinking on this one?
I'm thinking Pontoon.
I'm thinking Pontoon, too.
Pontoon. I mean, I don't know. I work down at Tootsie's, and I don't know how many times I've sang that song.
Really?
A lot. That was our most requested song for a long time.
So do you still do, obviously the last 3 months you've been fairly busy traveling the nation. But do
when
you
I'm
still
home on the
spend
weekends, I'm there.
at Tootsie's?
Yep.
It's funny because when people go to Nashville, where should I go? And that's top of the list.
It really
it's really
is.
well known.
Yep.
So I know it's still a hot spot, right?
Yep. I mean, it's hard to get in there. I mean, it's so small and it's packed all the time.
It's the hottest little dive in Nashville,
Yeah,
right?
I always say, even on Christmas, it'll be packed.
Tootsie's.
Seriously.
Video of the year. So you got Creepin', Merry-Go-Round, Tornado, Wanted, We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, or The Wind.
Oh.
I don't even know on this one.
Yeah,
because
this is hard.
I don't actually see very many videos.
I
you
I
the
don't
same
either. I haven't even seen the Creepin' video, but the We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together, I think, is my favorite video out
Really?
of all these. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to go with that one.
Yep.
Album of the year. She's tough category. Great albums. Blown Away, Chief from Eric Church, Red, Taylor Swift, Tailgates and Tan Lines, Luke Bryan, and Tornado, Little Big Town.
I have every one of these albums.
They're all good.
And I
know
love
that.
them all. I would go with Eric Church's Chief. That's
think
my
he's gonna-
favorite album,
It is,
personally.
It is plumb full of good music, that's for sure. All right, so then we get into New Artist of the Year, and hopefully in the next couple of years we see your name popping into this one.
Oh, yeah, that'd be nice.
It would be perfect. And I see it, we can see that out there. So Florida Georgia Line broke through. They did pretty good. Brantley Gilbert made a pretty good mark, and Jenna Kramer just starting to break through, but already in that category. So who do you see on that one?
Florida Georgia Line.
Yeah, I think so too. Brantley, though, it'll be tough between the two.
Yeah, it will. Yep.
New vocal duo or group. So Florida Georgia Line already up for new artist, but then new vocal duo. They made it into that one too.
Yeah.
So then Love and Theft and Thompson Square, of those three.
I still think Florida Georgia Line.
Okay, we'll go with that. New female vocalist, Sunny Sweeney, Casey Musgraves, or Jenna Kramer.
Casey.
Yeah, it's got to be Casey. It's got to be Casey Musgraves. She's actually broken through pretty well.
I love her new album. I pre-ordered it, and I love it.
Do you have a favorite on the album?
Well, of course, Blowin' Smoke, her new single,
Isn't that
is
good?
so good. But she's got a song called, what's it called? Dang it.
It's okay. We can come back.
Yeah, we'll come back to that.
New male vocalist. Oh, we got new male vocalists. You got
vocalist.
Lee Brice, Brantley Gilbert, and Hunter Hayes for this category.
I want Lee Rice to win it.
I do too, and I think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do really well.
Yeah, I think so too.
Songwriter of the year.
All right.
So this is one that, it doesn't always get all the hoopla, but sometimes these guys are kind of behind the scenes type of thing,
Shane McAnally.
Shane McAnally.
I write with him. He's like one of my favorite writers, and I hope he wins.
Cool. We'll go with Shane.
Yes, Shane McAnally.
Vocal group of the year. You got some great groups here.
Yep.
And it's a tough competition. Zach Brown, Little Big Town, Lady A, Eli Young, or Ban Perry.
How do you pick these?
I don't know. I mean, it hasn't always been like that. In years past, you've seen that category with maybe some people that shined for a while and they're a little out of the limelight. But it's all five performing extraordinarily well in the last year or two even. So,
oh man,
group, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. Do you know who won last year?
I don't remember. You remember?
I want to say the Ban Perry.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Vocal duo, you got Big and Rich, Florida Georgia Line, Love and Theft, Sugarland, Thompson Square. I think
Florida.
You think Florida Georgia Line can sneak in again?
I keep picking them. I love them so much.
Do you know those guys too?
I don't, but they've got that infectious sound, man, it's working.
Get your shine on.
Get your shine on.
Female Vocalist of the Year. One of our favorite awards. Miranda Lambert, Martina McBride, Casey Musgraves, Taylor, or Carrie Underwood.
Of course,
tough category.
Like, I would love Casey to win because I think she's awesome, but I'm going to go with Miranda.
Miranda? I think she pulled it off last year,
yeah.
didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
And then Male Vocalist of the Year. You got Blake, Toby, Eric Church, Luke Bryan, Jason Aldean. Again, tough competition.
Luke Bryan.
I think Luke's going to do it. I almost think that Blake might do it.
Yeah, I think Blake might do the Male Vocalist of the Year. Yeah.
It's almost like you get an award automatically for hosting. So,
right.
But that's a tough one since you've got Luke and Blake there. We're hanging out with Morgan Frazier this morning in the studio here, and she's helping us with ACM award picks, and we're going to have her autograph it, and we'll keep it on file and see how she does. We'll score it afterwards.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Entertainer of the Year, the big one, the big daddy. Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, Miranda Lambert, Blake Shelton, or Taylor Swift. Who's the Entertainer of the Year, and who would you like to tour with next year? That's a tough question.
I'm on the spot.
Totally putting you on the spot.
You know what? I would love, and we were just talking about this, to see Luke Bryan win Entertainer of the Year. That would be so awesome.
Yeah.
So that's my pick.
Okay. We'll go with that.
Taylor Swift, of course, too.
It could be any of them.
It could be. I mean, they're all amazing.
They're all doing extraordinarily well. They're all at the top of their game right now. Yeah, it's a tough call. I think I'd like to see Luke pull that off. He's coming this summer to the Oregon Jamboree.
Yeah,
and,
nice.
It'd be nice to be able to hang his hat on that.
And my little sister would be very excited because if you check out my little sister on Facebook, her name's Madison Frazier. It is like stalker Luke Bryan stuff. Like, it's ridiculous.
Did she get to come out when you opened for Luke? Did she get to come out
and that's when it started. Like, I'm telling you, the girl is crazy. Like, she has his wife on Facebook, and
they're pals.
Like, I'm gonna get a call saying Madison needs to be deleted from Facebook.
That's awesome.
It's every single picture.
That's funny. You have been a treat, a joy to have in the studio. Thank you so much for coming in. I know it's hard to wake up early and you're traveling nonstop and heading out after this too. But we thank you very much for coming in.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. This has been a lot of fun.
Oh, you're great. We look forward to seeing you do huge things. This is going to be fun to play your song. I'm glad we're going to get to play it right now. I'm kind of anxious to play it.
All right.
Yellow Brick Road. It's Morgan Frazier. And Morgan, we have a saying here. We always say to people, it's not just country. And then they say back to us, it's cricket country. So I'll have you do that as we go into the song right now. Yellow Brick Road. And Morgan, it's not just country.
It's cricket country.
He was a down-home cutie with a farm boy smile. Big blue eyes like the Kansas sky. Sat down